about relationships and the impact that relationships have on our lives. Today, our theme is more in relationship to the occasion that we're about to celebrate. That is called Mahashivratri, which we'll be celebrating on Thursday. We want to talk about what are the lessons that we should take away from Shivratri, or what we should have in our mind about Shivratri. The first thing is, did you change the colors on my slides? Is it showing more better? Okay. We must manage our diet. Now, what has that got to do with Shivratri? Manage our diet. Anybody, please remember I'm using the... What is it? Fasting. So, diet itself does not have anything to do with not eating. You see, many of us believe that, okay, vrat or fasting means, okay, don't eat at all. And many of us cannot miss one meal without getting worried. If you miss one meal, we're thinking about food all day. So if you're fasting and you're thinking about food all day, then you're not fasting. Because you see, I eat that. But doctor says I shouldn't eat it. My cardiologist says I shouldn't eat it. My stomach afterwards says I shouldn't have eaten that. But my desire says I should eat it. So I'm a victim of my desire, not of my needs. So during this and preparation for Mahashivratri, we must manage our diet and, more important, manage our desires. It is a time when we need to stop and reflect about all the things we want in the world and ask ourselves the real question, do I really need all of those things I want? What value will they bring in my life? How will they add value to my life? How will they add value to those around me? Or will it take away value from those around me? And will it take away value from my life? A desire must be considered carefully, like any other objective, to see what value would it bring. We must review our attitudes. We must review our attitudes. What are attitudes? Anybody? Give me an example of an attitude. Anyone, please? Screaming. Who said that? Screaming. And some people like to scream. They have this attitude to scream. Okay? What else is another example of an attitude? Huh? To ignore. Give them a big hand. That's a good one too. We have an attitude to ignore whatever is said to us. What else is another attitude? By the way, we have good and bad attitudes, you know. So far, we've talked about the not so good ones. Let's talk about attitude on the whole. What are some attitudes that we have? Young people, talk to me. Except the little baby.
引导吧。问题
Where are we picking that up from? Next door neighbors? China. Okay. Why don't you switch the whole system off and reboot it? Just switch that off and reboot it. Not that, just knock the... Okay, then reboot it. We have a wireless system, and because it's wireless, it picks up everybody who's on wireless too sometimes. See? So, what are other attitudes that we have? So we talked about screaming, ignoring. Come on. Saying hello or hi to someone, that's a good attitude. And what? Helping, Sanjo, very good. Be positive. Be positive. To please. Some from over there, we have so many people over there, I can't hear anybody. Tell me about an attitude that you have, one of you, anybody? Yes. Perseverance. That's a good attitude. Okay, anybody else? इच्छा शक्ति क्या मतलब है? Willpower. Good attitudes have willpower. So, these are all attitudes. Let's talk about the negative ones, really negative ones. Smoking in public. Give him a big hand. So Pitaji, that means smoking in private is okay? Smoking, period. Okay? Okay, what else? Dishonesty. Dishonesty. So look at how many dishonesty. Look at all these negative attitudes. Now ask a question. How many of us believe that we are a victim of some of these attitudes? Don't put your hands up now, please. Just think about it. So we must review these attitudes, whatever they are, and we must seek redemption. That is, we've had these attitudes, and because of these attitudes, we might have offended someone. We might have hurt someone. We might have made someone feel bad. We might have persecuted someone or dominated someone. All of these things we are capable of, but we may not have recognized that we have done that. So during Shivratri, is a seeking of redemption. Oh God, oh Bhagwan, redeem me from all of my impieties. This mantra we chant, Om Karacharan Kritam Va Kayajam Karma Janva Sravananayanam Janva Manasam Va Paradam Vitam Avitam Sarvame Taksham Swa Jai 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 Karunadev Sri Mahadev Shambho Sri Mahadev Shambho Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya. Every day of our lives, we must repeat this mantra at least once or twice. Oh God, forgive me for whatever impiety I might have done. But on Mahashivratri, ye Maha, the highest of redemption. The day when we seek total redemption from all things. That is the day. And we commit ourselves to a vrat. We commit ourselves to manage our diet, manage our desires, review our attitude. All of this, the first three is all about the vrat. Reviewing our attitude is a form of vrat also. I'm taking stock of my discipline. I'm taking stock of my self-discipline. I'm taking stock of my lack of discipline or my lack of self-discipline. I'm trying to understand who am I and what do I need to correct my way of life that I can move forward in a better direction. These are some of the lessons that we must take away from Mahashivratri, and ultimately we must make. Everybody read the last line, please. Now, there's over 300 people here at least.
Make a change in yourself and set a goal to be nice.
Wow! I want you all to give Pandit Sunil a big hand for walking around and doing this wonderful job. So, give me an example again of positive change. Anybody else? One of the grown-ups, by the way, we always tell the children to change. One of the, yes. Hold it a minute, the microphone is coming. I want everybody to hear this. Stand up and talk to everybody, please.
Sitaram, everyone. Be kind to everyone.
What does that mean?
Being kind.
Give me an example of being kind. Think about it. You see how difficult it is to decide what is a kind thing?
Try to do one good thing per day.
I want to know what is a good thing. You see, we tell our children, be kind. We tell them do a good thing. Then they say, what do you mean? I'm putting her on the spot here. Keep going. Okay, somebody help her, please. Come on. Okay, there's a young man over there in a green t-shirt. Give it to him. He's going to help her. Give her a big hand, please. Stand up, young man.
So, like something kind to do to one another is like help someone up, or if like they fall down or something, help them up or cheer them up or something.
If they fall down, help them up. Wow, give them a big hand. Now, he means physically falls down on the ice, picks them up. But there are many other ways that people fall down in life. They don't physically fall down. They're falling down in life because of their attitudes, because of their way of life. To help someone pick themselves up when they are falling down in the way of life, that is also one of the positive things we can do. Do you agree? How many of us may have an opportunity to do this in our lives, and we never really realize it's an opportunity? We know someone who's falling down in their life, and it doesn't matter what it seems that you may do, they're constantly falling down. We must take that time to step out of our realm, step out of our dimension, our comfort zone, and to do something to help them. We all are comfortable within our comfort zone. If it's in my house, I'll do it. If it's my family, I will do it. If it's my child, I'll do it. I'm sorry, I don't care about anybody else. I don't have time for anybody else. Some of us don't have time for anybody else but ourselves. But when we are in need, we expect the entire world to be there for us. But after our need is taken care of, suddenly we are very busy. This is one of the greatest areas where we need to make positive change. We need to unbusy ourselves at all times for the benefit of others. Prem Tulsidapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki. So on making positive changes, we talked about helping others. Let's talk about the individual. You know, if I give you this positive actions there are, the world is lacking those who listen. Most important, those who want to listen. You know, because of our natural ability, we hear everything around us, but we choose what we want to listen to. We choose what we want to listen to. You know, there is this story about this elderly gentleman who had a hearing problem. So he went to his ear specialist, who says, "Listen, sir, I have this new device I want to test out on you. I know that your family knows that you can't hear well, but test this out and let me see how it works. And let me know, right? It'll be a great improvement for you." So the doctor fitted the man with a new device, and lo and behold, he could hear very clearly. And he went home, and after a month, he returned back to the doctor. And the doctor says, "How is it going?" He said, "Super duper." He says, "So how is the family doing?" He said, "They don't know a word that I'm hearing." "Why not?" He says, "Now I'm hearing everything they say about me." All the negative things, when will he go, when will he die, why is he so disgusting? And they're smiling when they say to, they think I'm not hearing. Now I know we don't do that, right? We don't say negative things about people just we think they're not hearing or because they're not there. We must always defend the unattended. The person who's not there, that's the person you stand up for. Because somebody has to defend them because they're not there to defend themselves. Remember, in this process of changing our attitudes and listening, in our listening, we must always listen with the intent to help, with the intent to understand, with the intent to bring clarity, with the intent to resolve, never to create conflict, never to set the fire, as they say, or never to ignite the flame, but to quell disturbance, to encourage harmony, and to remove disharmony. So Mahashivratri, if we take this message away, that we must look at our diet, and our diet is everything that is relevant to our desire that we put in our mouth to nurture our body. Manage our desires not only about what to eat, but what we want, what we feel good about, how we feel about others, how we feel negative or positive. These are all desires. And then review our attitudes about food, desires, people, thinking, money, relationships. All of these things, we have attitudes about them. Review them. And then where we find that we are not so good, ask God for redemption and then make changes for the future. Go through this cycle. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and regurgitate it as many times as you can, because every time you come to number 5, the question should be, what kind of positive change will I make? And there must be a positive change. There's always a way to make a positive change. Now, how many of you like to cook? Put your hands up, please. I don't see the ladies putting their hands up. Oh my God. I see the men putting their hands up, but they don't cook. How many of you really like to cook? Ladies, they don't like to cook. Okay. How many of you have to cook because of force? So if you like to cook, right? And you're cooking, like be able to take chawal and dal and sabji. Basic meal, right? Right? Basha? Chawal, dal, sabji, basic meal. Now, when you come to the mandir, I have to be careful about this. And you come and they cook bhojan and you eat. Now, if you compare it to when you cook this food at home, sometimes you might find, I don't know, they can't cook in the mandir. Or, wow, they can cook in the mandir. Right? And then if you're an enthusiastic person who likes to cook, you go home and try to cook your food if it was good, like the one you tasted in the mandir or the one you ate in the restaurant. You want to improve yourself. Although you're doing this all the time, you always find you want to improve. Because you like to cook, and you always want to do your best. If we always want to be our best, wherever we go and we find something good, we'll come home and add it to our package of good things. Like we get a new recipe or a new taste and a new flavor, we want to add it because it is good. And if we add it to our recipe and if we cook, is it we alone who will eat when we cook? I hope not. Everyone else will be eating. So whatever we take good in our lives, it must also be good to share with others. Never be selfish in improving ourselves. See the improvement as having benefit all around. Prem se bolo Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. Our pravachan today is very simple. Mahashivratri comes once a year. But every month there is Shivratri. Every Monday there is Shivratri. Every day there is Shivratri. Every day we need redemption. Every day we need to create positive attitudes. Every day we need to make positive change in our lives. It's never too late for anyone to do that. The poet tells us, परत दुख पावही सिरि ढूंढी ढूंढी पछताय काल ही कर्म ईश्वरी मिथ्या दोष लगाय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम. If we do not take an attitude of changing our lives positively by going through the process of identifying our weaknesses and seeking to rectify them and to seek redemption for our poor qualities and then seek to make positive attitudes, what will happen? So parat dukh pavahi. When the challenges and trials and tribulation comes into our life based upon our impious attitudes in life, so parat dukh pavahi siri dhuni dhuni pachataye. We'll beat our heads and we'll cry, Kalahi karma ishwari, and we'll blame God, we'll blame luck, we'll blame time. Never do we blame ourselves. Seek not to live to blame ourselves or blame anyone. Seek out the opportunity to make changes that will affect us and everyone else positively. Prem se bolo Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for being here. Announcement, please. Thank all of you for being here today. Kaun pehle baar aaye hai? Who's here first time in our mandir? Any newcomers? Put your hands up, please. 1, 2. Who's here for the first time on a Sunday morning? Let me put that up then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give these people a wonderful round of applause, please. We welcome you to Sri Ram Mandir, and we invite you to join us as often as you can. This mandir is open 7 days a week, 15 hours a day. For those of you who have joined us for the first time, please do join me. Put your hands up again, please. I want to see your faces so I know. Put your hands up. I know who you are. Put your hands up again. Some of you put your hands up and you're afraid to put your hands up. Utho. Ha, Tutu. Bahinji, you. Put your hands up. Very good. Yes, I saw you. Good. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3. There is about 7 people here. I would like to invite you to have bhojan with me today. There is a table in the banquet hall that it says for Pandit Sharma, please go and sit there. I will come and we will have bhojan together. Please do. Okay? And we want to welcome you to our Sunday morning services. And as soon as I get these slides going for the... today's Preeti Bhoj is sponsored by the Mandir. Well, it's okay. Our technology people are still trying to get their act together here. Let's see what they're... Give them a big hand, please. It's a tough job they're doing. All right, are we there? Let's give them a big hand. They got it. Okay. We are celebrating Mahashivratri on the 27th of this month, which is Thursday. But tomorrow we commence 3 nights of Shiv Puran Yagna. Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. We invite everyone to join us. The Katha will be taken from the Mahashiv Puran. And one of the subjects that we will be discussing, something that is very, very important for us to understand. We will discuss what is the value of murtis. Or it's called Murti Puja. What is the value of murtis? Do we need them? Can they add value to our lives? And how do they affect our lives? A very important subject in this day and age, when we have an onslaught of different religions who declare that we have idols and we worship idols, and they do not worship any forms, and we have forms. It is something that we need to discuss. Amongst the subjects that we'll discuss over the next 3 nights, this will be a prime subject of discussion. We will also talk about the subject of redemption, which we talked about today. And in the scriptures, there are many examples of people who have lived impious lives, have done impious actions, and how they were advised of how to change their lives, how to make changes in their lives, how to redeem themselves. So these will be some of the subject of discussions on the next 3 nights. We invite you to join us, please. Am I in control? Today we are wishing... No. This is the... Oh. Our sponsor today is Rasik and Malti Patel. Let's give them a big hand, please. We want to thank them very much. And we thank them and all of their friends who have come to join them here today. All the friends who are joining Rasik and Malti, please give us... Put your hands up and clap your hands, please. Very good. And they're celebrating... Who's celebrating birthday? Is it Rasik or Malti? Nobody? One person? Count. Who? Count. Hitesh and Ritesh. Give them a big hand, please. Our holy program is scheduled for March 8th, which is a couple of weeks. And I know the young people are working tirelessly to make this a most meaningful and dynamic presentation. So please get your tickets for this program. It's only $5 and plan to be there to be entertained and to support all of our young people because they're planning this program entirely on their own. Give them a big hand, please. They're doing a fantastic job. A very important event, a conference on law and the youth. Youth and family in interaction with the law. Now, some of us might have had challenges with the law, some of us have never. This symposium or conference is intended for everyone so that we can understand, gain a general awareness of the law, understanding the impact on our lives when we violate the law. Enhance our general knowledge of the justice system and meet people from the justice system. There will be a judge, a prosecutor, a defense attorney, and other people from legal system here to talk to you and to interact with you. We want to see parents and young people come out to this symposium. This is an opportunity for you to come out when you are not pressured to talk about the law. Don't wait until you're in trouble with the law, then find out about the law. Come out and make this a meaningful educational experience for everyone. So please, there's a registration fee of only $10. So please register on the internet, or you can register at the office here. Jaideep, is there a registration form at the office? So please do join us for this very important conference. Those of you who brought bhog, prasad, please come forward to offer bhog. Are we going to sing the bhajan? Bhog?